Okay, to all those that support fracking, I'll show you what it does to the land. Now, I'm showing you Australia from this view so you can see how much area it takes up already from what they've been doing in some parts of Queensland. So let's zoom in here to one of the major fields of Australia called the Texan field. It's massive. Okay, so where are we? Sunshine Coast, Brisbane over here, Gold Coast, so you can sort of see relative distance. So you can see relative distance here from Brisbane to Gold Coast. It's probably about, what is that, 70 k's or something. Alright, here's Tara. You seen it yet? Nearly visible from space because it takes up that much area. Let's keep going in. Oh, see the grid work forming? This area alone is easily several hundred square kilometers. About. Maybe about 100 square kilometers. That's massive. We're talking an area from Darwin City to beyond Humpty Doo, completely covered with this. It's simply amazing. Now all this land is pretty much worthless now. If you own it, you won't get much money on resale in the future. It's already been devalued because of these gas wells that have been stuck in. Not sure how clear it's going to make it. So there's one of these little installations on every single one of these. They send a bore down, a gas bore. They tap the rock structure. They then pump chemicals into that bore, chemicals and water under high pressure, which fractures the rock, the bedrock within the earth, which is why it's called fracking. That fracturing releases natural gas, which bubbles up through the well that they then suck out. The gas lasts a short amount of time. Sometimes it lasts a while. Doesn't last forever, and then this well becomes dead. They seal it off with concrete and a few other things and a few other filters and stuff, so they say, and then they leave it forever like this. And then they repeat the process all over the place. That's why they have to put them everywhere, because this will only fracture an area around, in an area around the well. So they have to keep fracturing the land all around it to get more and more gas out. And just keep repeating the process all over the field. What they call a gas field, which is under the ground, trapped within rock. You can see these wells go right out. They've put them everywhere. Not quite as dense as they are in this actual field area here, but they keep tapping and keep tapping until they find more and more or less and less gas until they've run out of gas in that field. This is what they want to do to the Northern Territory and other parts of Australia and the world. This is by far the most destructive form of mining known to man. Even digging a big hole, one single big hole in the ground for resources, in my opinion, isn't as destructive as this, because those holes don't cover areas as great as this yet. They're big holes, but you know, look how much area this covers. You can see it's huge. It's easily 100 square kilometers in that one spot. Imagine a mine that was 100 square kilometers, a pit that was 100 square kilometers in surface area, or in top surface area of the hole. You know what I mean? It'd be a massive. It'd be a huge mine. It'd be the world's biggest mine. The world's biggest mines aren't quite as big as that. Look at this. It just goes on, all through, everywhere. They've gone right up into the forest here. That's not fracking in there, but give it time, they'll get there. See if you can find any more wells around this area. So yeah, fracking it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I mean, look at it. It goes all the way up from the forest up here, all the way through to nearly down to this area. Have we got any in through here? It looks like a well. No, it's just a dam. That looks like a well. No, it's not a dam. It's quite incredible though what this is doing to the landscape. We've lost it. We're back over here somewhere. Where are we? Oh, there we go. Quite incredible what it's doing to the landscape. A lot of these are probably exploration wells, where they've tried to see if the gas field was bigger. Just look at that. Seriously, imagine this all through the Northern Territory, just ruining vast tracts of prime land, all for the sake of gas. So you can see it takes up all this central region in the center here around Tara, or where that green is in the whole center of that Tara area. That's a massive area, folks. Probably talking 200 square kilometers. So look at this. Look how big it is, that chunk of green right here. Compared to all of Australia, that's actually a vast tract of land when you look at that. When you look at this green bit here, that is a vast tract of land. Considering how big Australia is, that entire tract of land is probably as big, this little green section is probably as big as some small European countries. This is ridiculous, folks. And they want to put that all through here. All through here. All through here. All through here. They're going to put it everywhere, folks, once they start. The most destructive form of mining mankind's ever come up with. Easily. Look at that. Look how much area that takes up. This is just one field. I could probably find a couple more in Australia. I think there's one down in New South Wales somewhere. This is just ridiculous, folks. This can't be allowed to happen. In my opinion, they're trying to destroy the earth as quickly as possible. I mean, they say they've been doing this for 60 years, so it's safe. We've been doing this for 60 years, but it's safe. We know what we're doing. No, what it means is that they've been trying very quickly for the last 60 years to destroy as much of the planet as they possibly can. It can't be a good thing, fracturing whole vast sections of the rock like that. Now, they say the fracturing is inconsequential, but look how much area this has covered. Let's go back out. We're looking at this dark patch, okay? I can't highlight things, I'm sorry. So look how much area this is covering. That entire chunk of green down here is all fractured rock. Look how big that is. On the surface of the planet, so it's just next to the B there in Brisbane. On the surface of the planet, that's literally a pockmark You know what I'm saying? Like, the planet's it's pretty big, and for an area that big to show up on the surface shows how much area this is taking up. And they do this all over the world, folks. Factoring all through there, factoring all through there, factoring all over the world, factoring all through here, factoring all through here, factoring all through here. They are slowly fracturing all of the world's landmass with this process. How can this be a good thing in the long term? Honestly, I say it as a joke all the time. But there's a cartoon called Skyland where the humans of the future destroyed the planet and turned it into a big pile of floating rocks, floating around, and it was called Skyland instead of Earth because it was all chunks of rock that you could fly between and stuff like that, and they had special planes and that sort of thing. This is the process of that. This is the beginning of Skyland. I'm telling you. If you want a Skyland, this is how you do it. Just fracture the world, crack it open. I mean, come on. Look how much area this is taking up. This is just one of the hundreds of fracking fields around the world. There's hundreds of these, It's like a last-ditch attempt at the powers that be that run this place that have been using fuel and fossil fuels to drive the planet in their pocket for the last 150 to 200 years now, right? It's big money for these people. And they know it's ending due to renewables and alternative sources of power. We're probably going to get free energy soon, folks. Free energy as in you just put a device on your wall that sucks it out of the atmosphere and drives your house, or even your vehicle or your car. We're probably going to get that soon. Honestly, it sounds like a pipe dream. Tesla already invented it, and it looks like it's coming because of UFOs and the relevant governments around the world declaring that UFOs exist. They do indeed obviously use anti-gravity technology, which also relies on free energy to run it. Boom. It's right there, folks. Free energy is right there for us. We don't need to do this anymore. Regardless of what they say about, it's the cleaner way of doing it. It's clean gas. They're trying to say now it's cleaner than coal. And we're going to need to back up our renewables with gas turbines. Yeah, that's true to a certain extent, but come on. Look at this. Is this really necessary? When we have massive gas plants already up here in the territory, like Impex and stuff, sucking it out of the Timor Sea and then sending it back overseas. Think about it. We've got gas in Australia we could be using, and they're trying to say we need to access fracking because we need the gas when we've already got gas, but we're selling it off. We're raping our own country and giving it to other countries without getting any benefit out of the resources for ourselves. It's disgusting, folks. We don't need to do fracking. Okay? Look, you can see it just there forming, the little lines forming. And we're not even super close to the land yet. Come on. This is ridiculous. It makes me very upset. Look at this. Anyone that defends this has got rocks in their fucking head, and I don't give a fucking shit what they want to say. They are dickheads. Straight up. Okay? Fucking morons. And some of these people pretend to be smart, well-to-do people in society, all that sort of shit. They're fucking morons. Look at this crap. You want to fucking defend this? It's getting me angry now. We need to fight this to stop this from happening in the territory. We don't want this here. We don't want this in Australia, and we don't really want it on the world. Come on. Look how much area this takes up. It's massive, folks. Look at it. It's bigger than the area from Byron Bay to Brisbane.